dog side's on. Put the dog outside. Got to listen. I don't know what the fuck's on. I was on at TV at 9 o'clock. Celebrity Squared. Celebrity Squares. What's on these days at 9 o'clock on the telly box? I don't know. Love Island. Strictly Come Dancing.
No, that's Weekend.
The Apprentice. How the fuck are they stats still on?
What?
The Apprentice.
Oh,
You can only get so many moon-faced fucking idiots, and then after a while, you've got to be desperate.
I don't know. It's just become a little reality show, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to watch it back in the day. Watch the first 5 series. And thought, that'll do. Tony Parkinson says chat is waiting. Who have we got though? Who have we got?
The tables have turned because now we're waiting on chat.
Oh yeah, Bob Clark, Mark Hawes, Scotty Bogfoot. He's in there from the snow. Gareth Martin, Stuart Drummond. Might have mentioned him at the top. Bob Clark, who's here. Oh yeah. Well, I think we got like a glitch in the Matrix. Oh no, no. Chat is still there. Evening, John, says Mark Hawes. But does that mean he can hear us? Who's just saying evening? Don't let them know we can hear them. Let them sweat. And Raspa says, yo. Yeah, I think they can hear us. Probably. I don't know. Do we commit?
Yeah, it's just roll intro.
Ah, yes, he heard the snow. Go, 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 go.
Welcome to the new Ohm Show, Chapter 89. We may have falsely advertised last week's show numerically incorrectly. Don't know. But it's definitely 89 this evening.
What did you say it was last week? We weren't here
Hence
last
the thumbnail, 89. The week before. I don't know if I said it was 87 when it was 88 or something like that.
Oh.
My bad. But welcome to this week's show. And what a show we've got for you this evening. All the stuff, new stuff, real stuff.
I was doing a big
stuff.
up. I was here doing that.
Yeah, you were full
raising
party
the
mode,
roof.
instant party mode, yeah.
Yeah, just raising the roof up.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely brilliant in many ways. Real life product review of today's vape mail.
I don't know what they even want.
Yeah. What do you want? What more do you want than that? An actual product review live on the show. Some new stuff to show you in picture form.
Just to add a little cliffhanger, there's a bug on the wall. I don't even know what it is. It's not very big, but
don't worry about it.
It could just...
I'll tell you what else as well. No one last show spotted what was different on my screen.
What is different? Oh, the plant's gone.
I had that beautiful plant, didn't I?
Did you kill it?
So, in this office, because all I have is a skylight, and it was right in the corner, it was getting no direct sunlight at all.
Some plants don't mind that.
And I don't think it was that bothered, but 6 months of zero sunlight. So I've put it in the kitchen for a bit by the French door, see if it can get a bit recovered.
How's it doing? Don't leave us.
It's not great so far. So I may replace it, or I might try and I might try and fix it.
My wife bought 5 or 6 plants in about October, November. She's killed many plants in the 18 years we've been together.
All this one is supposed to need is a pint of water a week.
All right. She just kills them. It's mad. They just have dead things all around the house. And she's like, no, it's not this time. Not this. This is going to be different. Apart from 3 cactuses that somebody bought us as a moving-in present 3 or 4 years ago that live in the bathroom that you don't do anything with.
If I could get my hands on a huge cactus.
Leave it there.
Mind you, that surely they want sun, don't they? That's
I don't know.
Bag, isn't it? They live in a desert.
Well, I have no fucking... It's just been 3 cactuses. 3 varieties of cactus that just sit in the bathroom like, kill us. And that's all that happens.
Anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything.
True.
What are you vaping? What are you drinking, John?
I've got a threesome and 3 different vaping things. But I've got.
When?
I don't know. I've got bad back. It's not worth it.
Can you imagine? There's no good way around. Is there? Like 2 women.
I'll
That'd be a
watch.
nightmare. One
Oh,
woman-
leave me on the comfy chair. I'll watch.
I'll watch. 2 sisters probably. I'm just watching.
Get my guitar. Right. I am on Surin mod. The 0.6 coil, 13 watts. Little bit of secret juice. Still secret, this one. I've got that. I have got, let's save the best will last. I've got a mix with, what the fuck is that again? I've been using it like 3 weeks. Vortex. Still like it's great because I use it as it's like a restricted lung hit with that Space Rocks liquid. I haven't had to change the coil, so just a bit of a dry hit.
I'm gonna try and get my hands on a silver one for you.
It is. That's all right. That's nice. And next, the flesh pole. No, I thought. Because I've tried an elf stick, I thought I would try an elf bar. I've tried this. You will never be able to read this ever. This is a geek bar, peach flavour. Look at the colour of it. It's like a flesh bandage, a plaster kind of colour.
Phallic.
Lights up at the end. See how it's going?
The elf one does, doesn't it?
On the top. You could do work with it. It's really tight. It's 20 milligram. It's peach, ice, and it tastes like Malaysian e-liquid. Weird.
I saw a vape shop owner warning people about illegal ones.
Yeah, 40 milligram, 50.
And all I could think was, he was on about the ones that have more puffs than TPD allow, which is a little bit contentious in itself, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And then ones with more nicking. But I can't help thinking it's kind of a win as the consumer, because it's not the consumer's problem.
No.
So,
yeah.
Do you know
but I've always said this before. And why are you getting
shops
involved?
need to worry about that, you know. Like,
yeah.
But as a consumer, if you find one that has a longer battery life and more juice in it,
imagine saying it. Imagine going like somebody came in and you went, "Don't go down to that shop because theirs same price, but they're illegal because you can take 600 drags and they're stronger." Which shop was it again? That one there with the blue light in the window. Oh, I've just left something in the car. Oh, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, because it's not your. And they break no law by buying them either. They didn't break the law.
Yeah.
It's illegal to sell, not buy. But there's always been an unwritten rule in vaping. If you're a squonk mod maker, you never have a go at another squonk mod maker, right? If you're an Atty maker, you don't have another go at an Atty maker. Right? That is like, there's always been the rule. So if somebody told me this person's done this, I just go, oh. You just go, yeah, okay, fair enough. That's just not my problem.
Yeah, that's never been a thing for vape shops. They're always slagging each other off.
Yeah, but you just can't win. There's no win in that. And I'm drinking. Look,
it almost might be advisable to not let people know these products exist.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up. I am drinking Hazy a Lazy River Special Edition by Vocation. And for once, for Vocation, I'm going to say it's not worth the bother. It is Mosaic and Galaxy hops. And they say it's a steady flow of citrus, peach, and passion fruit flavours. It's not spit dead. It tastes like, if you like Beavertown, which I think is really fucking boring, everything except for Gamma Ray. Gamma Ray is good. The rest of Beavertown's whole line, you're going to love this. It's going to be a taste sensation.
How strong is it?
5.
Yeah, so it's just a session then, isn't it?
But it's not, it's just piss boring. There's better ways to do it. I have got, to accompany that, I have got Taste Away. I've got Perfect Storm, which is another New England Pale Ale, same as that one, which is, I don't know which hops this is, but it's a better beer. But yeah, okay, it's 6 point something. I don't fucking know. And obviously the all-time all-rounder classic.
Yes.
Life and Death, son. It's just the beer. It's the beer they make the best. What are you drinking? What are you vaping?
Okay, so Still got the new Hurricane 1.4, but I've put it on the mix now.
It's looking hot.
Yeah, it looks great
he took an after show shot 2 weeks ago of that, and it does look good.
It looks nice on this. However, as nice as it looks on this, because of the nature of the design of the tank and the fact that you need to turn and pull it out, it gets a bit awkward on here. Do you know what I mean? Because you're kind of exposing the deck, which is sat really low in there, and it's better on a normal mod, but looks fantastic. So if you fill it to the top, you're going to get a couple of days. So it's not a big deal, but yeah, it looks amazing. It looks great on there. It looks really great on there. So still got that with some random lemon juice in there.
Random lemon juice. Don't
Not
use just lemon juice.
Just lemon flavoured.
Just the Jif lemon.
And then with Cactus Punch in, I've got the K-Fun 21. K-Fun Light 21 on the Reaver. If I literally was in a fire situation and could only grab one atomizer to use the rest of my life, right now it would be this K-Fun 21, I think. Yeah, as much as I like the new Hurricane, the new Hurricane's more of a proper vape. This is all day, every day, this K-Fun.
What was the salt liquid I sent you the other week? Was it a Cactus Punch? Zing. Yeah, that'd go cracking in that in your newbie.
Yeah, in the Hurricane. Yeah, that's what.
Not in the Hurricane. In the.
Oh, in this. Well, no, because I've gone for the cloudier coil first.
Oh, fair dues.
The thing I'm vaping is this. The new to me Sarin Air mod. Very, very dinky thing. I'll talk about that in a bit. My first impressions.
I just want to say I'm such a child. My friend asked me to be able to do a podcast with him tomorrow about something completely different. And when I was sat here waiting for Richard to let me into the room, I took a picture of myself like this with the mic in front of me, like that, like this, and WhatsApped him with "Where are you?" Right, so I just thought it was funny. And he just said, "No, mate, it's tomorrow. No, mate, no, it's fine." No, it's just...
Wind up merchant.
He just got it, and he's just had a mini heart attack. So I quite like the idea.
Tomorrow then?
What?
Are you going to do it tomorrow?
Yeah. It's socially lefty shit. It's what everybody loves.
Sounds amazing. So that goon with the Pulse 2 with my new favourite juice. How do we say we were going to say it?
I can't even remember. That's it.
Nocciola in the goon on the Squonker. And
I think it's clean for a chocolate.
Yeah. No, I haven't changed. I haven't rewicked this goon yet. And
good.
20 million.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it compares to a clean custard. That's what I'm calling it.
I think it's got that little touch of Casadega.
Yeah. But weirdly, they've never even met, and they've never even tried each other's shit, which is so weird. Because the Nata thing. Yeah, no, they haven't met. I was thinking of Dean at Coil Vapes. The reason I got Dean at Coil Vapes is because when we did that was because Dean met John Nathan from Casadega at a show.
Yeah.
And he said the only person you want to deal with in the UK is John. And Dean went, I don't know that guy. And he went, he's a cock, really, but do that.
Drinking some fancy ones this evening.
Oh ho ho!
Stock Clock from Magic Rock.
Okay, well, what are we talking?
It's a West Coast IPA, 6.5%, 440 can.
Lovely, jubbly. I like that. I like them.
Local.
They have a theme and they just do it, and I like it.
They are completely taking over Huddersfield.
Good.
They obviously they originate from here, but you cannot go in a bakery, a chemist, a dentist without there just being a shelf full of them to buy.
Is there loads of Shire horses like walking out of the town like that? Carlin Black Label. That's all I've got. No, fucking
no, it's just an absolute takeover. And
even
then
the Hovis.
What's that? Chamel Eonic, and this one's a DDH IPA.
Have you gone with an IPA again? See, I bet he goes with a stout because they do stouts as well.
Yeah,
don't
but
they?
not when I'm drinking more than a couple.
Oh, fair
If
enough.
I'm having more than two, I don't have stouts. If I'm having one or two, I have stouts. A stout to
Oh,
me is like on Mad Men when they're just having a random one whiskey. You know,
well, yeah, but like,
they get in from work and they loosen their tie
oh,
and
right.
they have one scotch and that and then they go to bed. Stout, that's stout to me.
Gone off Scotch because I think it's too dangerous. Like I just think it's lethal.
Do you know what I actually have instead of scotch? I've told you before.
Capri Sun.
I have Di Serona.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I can't
man.
drink scotch. I just can't drink scotch.
My sister-in-law drinks that. Yeah. No, it's too sweet. It's so sweet.
Yeah. Well,
I like Scotch, but it's fucking dangerous.
This is
like
great, though.
I'll just sit and do about half a bottle and then stand up and my legs are gone. It's not worth it.
True.
There's a bottle in the house. My dad popped round, dropped something off last week, which is amazing because he drove from Nottingham to drop something off. Drove from Nottingham and he went, I went, do you want a cup of tea? And he went, yeah. So I made him a cup of tea. And he finished the cup of tea and I went, because he said he had to go. So I went, you off then? And he went, whiskey probably wouldn't kill me. And I went, okie doke. So I said it's going to be a very strict measure because you've got to drive back. Yeah. I was like, why are you doing this? I wouldn't do that.
Oh, well, yes, a certain age.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, yeah. The whiskey and he's asleep, which probably not great for the drive back, but whatever. He's 70. My dad is 75 this year, which I find astonishing.
Right. Real world news.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Have you heard about Wordle?
Do you know what? I downloaded it yesterday.
So the press worked then.
Well, what?
The press around it worked then.
Well, but I'm not really in the mix of stuff. I heard of it quite a lot. I don't get the attraction at the moment of the game. And my wife earlier, I said, have you heard of Wordle? And she said, I've heard of it. Should I download it? She quite likes wordy games. So she said, knock yourself out. So she had my permission, so she did it. And she was playing it earlier, watching the telly.
How many So have you done today's Wordle?
Oh, maybe I don't know how it works then. I'm on the beginner bit, the newbie bit.
I don't know if we're talking about the exact same game, but the Wordle got bought out for £1 million.
Yeah, by New York Times.
New York Times quiz thing.
Sorry, is there a daily Wordle?
That's it. Once you've done it, that's it for the day.
Oh, you only get one game?
Yeah, there's one word per day.
No, we're lost. I've been doing the...
You've been doing a different game.
No. I think I'm in training at the moment.
Right.
You have to do, like, every letter has to begin with S.
I don't do it through that. I just do it on the website. They've got their own website.
Oh, I
You literally just go straight on. And there's one word per day. And, yeah, you've got 6 goes, haven't you?
Definitely a different game.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I playing then? Am I stupid? Or so? This is really weird. So I'm going to just show you Wordle on my phone, right, for the logo and stuff. Because I've got my wife to download it as well. So now I've made her dumber.
There, it should look like that. Oh, God. It's not going to do it.
Oh, my fuck, that's glary.
There.
No, it's nothing like that.
You've got basically 6 goes to guess a 5-letter word, and you've got nothing to go off.
Oh, no. That's not the game. I've got my wife playing a game.
Then you just make a random guess.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, forwards.
How odd that I thought we'd both... How are you spelling it? W-O-R-D-L-E?
Word, L-E.
Yeah, well, I've got the Wordle app. And
So,
I thought that's...
so you just make a guess. You make a guess, and if you get it right, it goes green.
I am absolutely fucking lost as to what the difference between the app and the thing is. I'm really lost. That makes no sense. Johann's moving house. Maybe I have to just play it on the app, on the website.
Nice story, though. Just a random bloke made it for fun. Got £1 million.
Yeah, it's definitely a different fucking thing. Well, I've got my wife now showing off, telling people she's going to be playing Wordle, and she isn't.
Show us. So what does your thing ask you to do?
Oh, it's like a bubble game, not bubble game, but word bubble game. You have to kind of connect letters. Yeah,
oh, no, that's completely different.
Yeah, I know. Now if I could write knobhead.
No, yeah. So that's. I think it's an amazingly smart game.
And how much did it sell for?
£1 million. And
it's not enough, is it?
But he just made it for fun. He's never made a penny out of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was like $1 billion.
You know what I would have done if I was him? I would have done. You know, like on Wikipedia.
You know what I was going to say? See what it's like walking around with an average sized penis for the day. That was going to.
I would have. Right, you know, Wikipedia. Every now and again they have a funding round to keep it going.
Yes.
And you load up the site. It says, "Oh, if you like Wikipedia, you know, you can buy us
give
a
us
coffee."
a quid. Yeah.
I would have done that because they've got so many fans worldwide.
Oh yeah, good point. 2p and you're done. Aren't
got a few quid off everyone because so many people would have done it because so many people have loved it for so long and really bought into it. Then sell it the next day.
Yeah,
and then you get 2 million.
£1 a month for whatever. Yeah, you'd have got £40 million it, and then gone. See you later. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
No, you should try you should find the real game and try it. It's
I have to warn her. I'll write it out on the wall in blood when I get in.
Oh, apparently there isn't an app.
Wordle is website only. I didn't download a clone. It's called fucking Wordle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there might be an issue there. That's another reason he sold it in a way. Because they've got all that kind of problem going on. You know, like he doesn't want to get litigious with people and stuff.
He didn't copyright the thing. Yeah.
No, I think he's covered in all that respect, but it's actually pursuing it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, anyway, like a prick. Doesn't matter.
What's your real world news?
My wife is angry. No, what's the real world news?
Just tell her to Google Wordle.
Ukraine.
Oh.
That's the real world news, I think. Probably. What? It's an odd.
Have Russia just had everyone's pants down?
I think they have. To be fair,
just been doing training on the border?
Well, I didn't think they had anything to lose, and sadly, a lot of people did. Biden's not come out very well, looking very good. I mean, he looks like weak as piss. And Boris Johnson managed to do a speech that nobody watched, and not even the newspapers that pretend to give a shit about what he says didn't even bother platforming it today. They just went, fuck, and don't know what that was. They left the speech. Was it 3 minutes long? They just went, fuck it. Can't be bothered. And Partygate just rolls on and on and on.
Yeah, a war would be quite good for Boris now.
He could do with a war. A war kind of sorts people out, doesn't it?
That's what America, like, historically built entire double tenures on war, haven't they?
Well, Thatcher and the Falklands, it kind of
galvanised her position.
Her position. Yeah, that kind of. We're at war. By the way, we're at war.
It's a funny one. I don't really understand the international politics on that level. I just don't see the point of Russia doing it, really, to be honest.
I'm very suspicious as to whether they actually want to. I don't know.
I heard it explained as his legacy, because he's finishing soon, isn't he?
Who's Putin?
Yeah.
But his legacy is misery and poverty.
I think he wanted his legacy to be that Ukraine rejoined the sort of Russian Republic, if you like, because he longs for the USSR days.
I think what's very sad is that it's a kind of it's such a lack of money. I think it's quite bad across the whole of Russia for so long. Since like the 80s, it's been like 3 decades of no paying it. Yeah, it's really odd. They're so close to Europe and so far away at the same time. And he's a nutcase. I mean, he is just a fucking nutcase. But he's always been. There was a good joke. Paul Merton, I remember laughing on Have I Got News for You once when somebody said, when the host, whoever it was on that week, said, everybody, the ongoing fear of North Korea. And Paul Merton laughed and went, no, do it again. I won't laugh. Because it's just it's just the boogeyman with North Korea. Like, what?
Yeah.
And what?
Oh, it's interesting, these advocates for communism, though, because if communism is so good, why is it so reliant on propaganda? all these communists...
Well, it's not. That's the other thing.
All these communist places seem to completely depend on propaganda to keep everything in check.
But even Russian philosophers agree it is not, from way back when. Dostoevsky is talking about the shittiness of communists. This is really quite boring. I quite like Russian philosophy, but they nobody. It's never worked ever. There's no such thing. There's no real communist state because they can't possibly be. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Everybody just sees they don't want the same as everybody else.
Yeah, you've got to play into the human condition. Well, that's quite deep for a.
It's Boris Johnson, Partygate. And
no, we only do two. We only do two real world things. We need an actual news story now, John.
Okay, I'm there. I'm there. That's it. Real newsy news. The real news. That was too deep. I'll give it that. That's what she said. We're going to go real news. Here we go. London calling. This is such a strange article. I started reading it and then I went back to the top for the author, as you do. Because I thought, I'll be fair, I thought, whoever this is seems like a bit of a cunt. What are they talking about? And this doesn't make any sense. So this is from thislocallondon.co.uk. But it was rising up on Google today, so... Yeah. The potential, the headline was this: the potential new tax to solve the vaping pandemic among the youth, our youth. So I thought, all right, let's have a go at this. Let's sort of take the taste away of that bit. With the ever more pertinent issue of e-cigarettes plaguing the current youth generation, it is imperative that the government attempts to dissuade the purchase of these items, including disposable vapes and refillable items. You don't need to do one or the other because you've covered your bases. You don't need that's just shitty English. This is especially suitable, grammatically shit, due to the very recent naissance of the item with the first e-cigarette being invented in only 2003. It's not recent then, is it? Because it's 2022. And thus meaning we do not have sufficient primary data on the long-term damage effects of their regular usage. Well, as the first statement is wrong, then you have 19 years of data, which is pretty good. Anyway, let's move on to their main point. They talk about the fact that cigarettes in the 50s were talked about as a health thing. Like you can, hey, there's your friend Johnny got a bit of a cough. Get him to smoke John Player's Special, and he won't have a cough anymore. Yeah. And they said, "Is this the same thing?" No, no, it isn't.
Yeah, I watched the J. Edgar Hoover biopic, and his mum was constantly telling him off for not smoking.
Not smoking. Thingy. The King's Speech. I can't remember who that's about. They wanted him to smoke to sort out that stutter.
Yeah,
smoke. It's quite fun. So he lays out the foundations of the 50s and whatever. It says a very similar phenomenon may be occurring before our eyes, with the use of e-cigarettes being commonly seen to be less harmful. That's exactly what it says. Harmful alternative to regular cigarette use, with many shared constituent parts between vapes and cigarettes. What? No, doesn't make any sense. Including the inhalation of nicotine. That's not a constituent part. Anyway.
It is the only similarity.
Yeah. You inhale. What do you inhale? Stuff. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll go with that then. It is likely that vaping is similarly harmful to one's body as smoking. What?
It's likely, did he say?
Yeah, likely. Based on
He's a medical man. He's a medical man.
looks like it, doesn't it? Looks like smoke. No, but it isn't smoke. But it looks like it.
Yeah, it's more than likely.
The NHS does encourage e-cigarettes to those who currently smoke in an attempt to quit nicotine. The problem I would attempt to solve with the proposed increase in tax for those who do not smoke cigarettes but decide to begin vaping. Can I have just 10 ml of nicotine, 10 ml of cherry flavour liquid? Cool. Did you smoke free vape? No. £7. How much would it be if I said I smoked? 2. What? I had to make the rules, mate.
Yeah, they could do that if they want.
Yeah, who would be honest? Yeah, fucking had a fag a minute ago. This is likely to make young people who constantly developing brains addicted to nicotine perhaps more likely. Anyway, it goes through an idea. This is his tax idea. Currently, e-cigarettes are taxed as consumer products with a VAT rate being 20%. The tobacco products being taxed at a higher rate. But there is already a clear yet counterproductive financial benefit to purchasing these items instead. I would propose an additional 5% tax to be added to the ad valorem tax. There's an estimated to be 2.9 million vapers in Britain in 2018, and that number drastically increased to 3.6 million now. The extra 5% tax accumulate would make 40 million. Anyway, we went through all this stuff, and I was like, this is like really weird. Like,
well, it's a fucking
banana
placement student, isn't it?
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. But I didn't know that. This is from Isham Chowdhury at the Wilkinson School. Isham Chowdhury. Suck a dick. None of that makes any sense, you fucking bellend. None of it. You talk shit.
You Googled the numbers, but you didn't Google any of the medical research.
But this is was writing at like 2 or 3 in the UK for vape news today. You just think, fuck.
Yeah.
It's
unhelpful.
Dim, and it's going to be bandied. That will be copied, pasted on American newspapers already.
Yeah.
They already be like, "Who's this Isham Chowdhury? Can we get him? Can we get him on the phone? Maybe get a Zoom with him?
Make him CEO."
I don't know. He's got to pop and see his granddad tomorrow, and then he could do it. What are you fucking doing? I was quite upset by the thing. I don't mind tax, but that's not an issue that I want to fight against. I don't want tax for the sake of tax because some little fucking asshole has got no idea what he's talking about.
He accepts that the NHS recommend it and then doesn't query in his own brain. Why would they do that?
He sees no reason why they recommend it because it's virtually the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we've got to. I agree that weirdly that the calculation that nobody's doing, the figure's bullshit. It's more than that anyway. But let's say there's 3.4 million vapers in the UK. That's 3.4 million people. Let's, for argument's sake, say they were all ex-smokers who are not currently. Let's say they smoke 20 fags a day, putting in £9 tax a day into the coffers. That's a fucking problem.
Well, it's not perceived as a problem by the Treasury
yet.
I don't think they perceive it as a problem. They see it as money saved down the line, don't they?
Yeah, but it doesn't kind of work like that. Like, cigarettes have always been okay. Like, they haven't really been a problem because you already paid to die, so it didn't really make any difference. It's always been a load of shit that smokers cost the country money. They don't. Weirdly, fat people cost a fortune, and drinkers.
Sugar tax is catching that up.
But it doesn't work at all, does it? Because people just buy. It's fucking nuts. I remember the first day when that came in, and they shrank the size of a bottle of Coke, the full fat Coke, and my mate went, "Fuck the fucking mind police. I'm just going to buy 3." Literally.
Yeah.
Who you beat it?
But that works for the tax man.
That's fine. Knock yourself out. Still not enough money. But you can get fat on any old bollocks. You just eat too much bread, you still be fat.
Yeah, but that's when it gets really complicated.
Yeah, it is.
They just need a mechanism for taxing fat people.
They
don't need to actually get into actual nutritional understanding. Although I will say, as a parent, they have improved the syllabus for education of children from
still
what
weighing.
I've seen,
Are they still
there's a
weighing
way
kids?
better. I don't know about all that. Yes, they are actually. Yes, they are. Freddie was weighed just last week.
You're right, little Johnny's a bit fat. We know he is. He makes a pop sound when he leaves the house.
Because we're a couple of fat fuckers ourselves.
Eating Maltesers out of a frisbee. He's over there.
Yeah, no, but they do better food education about what's healthy, what's not healthy, and all that sort of stuff. So fair play on that. But yeah, it's just a mechanism. Actually, understanding nutrition is a completely different kettle of fish.
There must be.
It's incredibly comparable because there was never an attempt to stop people smoking. A model had to be developed to pay for it.
Yeah, agreed. It was never.
It's the same, really. There's no attempt to stop people getting fat. They just need a financial mechanism to compensate for that.
Agreed. Absolutely. It was always what it is. It's but people got confused. So the government are adding 5 pence to a pack of cigarettes to stop people smoking. They're clearly not. If they were doing that, they'd triple the price. Because I would have stopped. I never gave a fuck. When it was budget day, it was just a slight nuisance. I'm like, shit, I got to pay 10p more tonight. I'm not happy about that. Are you going to do it? Yeah, they're delicious. And moreish. I'm going to get more.
Yeah.
I never gave a fuck. Geordie Vapor's in the house. She's good.
I was going to talk about this.
Yeah.
John very, very kindly sent me a Souring Air mod, which I know a lot of people in chat have one. They got one from justednick.org.uk.
Richard didn't have one, and I thought he would needed to be in the gang.
Yeah,
so I got him one.
I'm now in the gang. I've got the see-through one.
Yeah, I
shows the board and everything.
Yeah, I thought you go fashionable.
Yeah, very trendy, very trendy. What I was saying to John just before we came on was there's a lot more to like than there is to dislike about it. It's so thin. It's so thin. It's the most pocket-friendly device I've ever used.
It's impossible for me to show you that on the screen as well. When I've been holding on the show, it's hard for me to go.
Yeah.
It's not big, but it's not stupidly small.
It's,
like the Surin was really small.
Yeah, it's not stupid. It's sort of it's what the size that mobile phones should be.
Yeah. Before we all went mental.
Before it all went mad. Compared to a mobile phone, it's probably a good comparison.
Yeah.
It's incredibly pocket friendly compared to a mobile phone.
Now we all live in
coils are incredible. Coils are brilliant. I really like the way they do the pod, where there's literally just a fill hole. You literally just push the coil up the pod. There's no mechanism. There's no catch. There's no trick. There's no latch.
I like the fact they actually worked on that. There's a neodymium magnet here, and here, and there's one on the bottom of here and in here, right? And they're opposite way round. And there is no fucking way it's not going in.
What I was going to ask you, though, is there no airflow control?
Yeah, it's here. It's there.
Yeah.
On the side above the buttons. You can push it up and down.
Okay, that's interesting.
So,
okay,
yeah.
Wow.
It's because they've kind of made it into the body. It's difficult. Yeah. I use it totally shut.
Yeah.
And it's mouth to lung.
So airflow control, really good, pocket friendly, amazing coils on it. I just think it's smart. I think it's smart. The things I don't like, and I know I'll probably get used to the quirks like you do with any device. I don't like the mouthpiece. There's no way.
There's the other thing. It's got an advantage. There's no knocking it off. It doesn't exist.
Airflow control now. How do I reopen it?
Push it up or down.
I don't know. There we go. So the mouthpiece I just don't like. You're sort of constantly fumbling for the corner. The fire button placement I don't like at all. However, the suction control is so good you don't need it. So that's not actually a problem.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Keeping with the coil and the pod thing being simple, I love that it's just totally standard screen and board as well. up, down, on, off. I just
Yeah,
love that.
I didn't even
I've always
open the
loved that.
instructions. You just hold up and down as well, and it locks. And it locks in a second. You just go tunk and it's off.
I think a part of me died when all these, especially in terms of being a reviewer, when all these mods got so complicated with the menus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love just straight wattage. So it's great. Very affordable, very good coils, really nice vape, so pocket friendly. Probably the perfect pub mob.
We knocked them out. I think we knocked them out for 27 quid, and I think they normally go for about 30 quid retail. And I think that would have just ended me vape smoking.
The vape
immediately.
production on 20 watts with a half ohm coil as well is really impressive.
I'm very glad that I decided to get you one.
Yeah, really nice flavour, really good. It's a really good little device, really good, perfect little thing. I'm very, very impressed with it. Have you got any left in your?
No, we got rid of them in a day.
What about the coils though? If people,
I've got coils. I've got 0.8s at the moment. If people want 0.6s, kind of let me know, because the 0.8 crowd was so loud that I just got 0.8s. If I can get 0.6,
I think 0.8 is the way to go, isn't it, with a device like this?
Yeah, just battery life is just stupid. And I knock it. I actually ignore the recommendation. 13 watts is perfect on that for me.
Yeah. Super impressed. Really impressed. Quirky, and you sort of have to get used to the quirks, I think, but it's really quirky in a good way. And
it just snuck out though of nowhere. But
they have been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, but
they've never had this performance before.
It was Nick, as in Grim Green, reviewed it and couldn't put it down, and Matt from Suck My Mod reviewed it and couldn't put it down. But you could tell it wasn't bollocks. There was something about it, and they were like, "Yeah, this is good." If this was the blueprint for every starter device now, then I don't see a problem with it. The other thing is, it's made of fucking metal, which is insane. That's
one thing I've got to say, and actually that was always been true of these guys. The build quality is proper, ridiculous. Really proper.
I've chipped paint off it.
It feels so substantial in your hand.
Yeah, I've chipped paint. I've dropped it about 1 million times. I've knocked chunks of paint off the outside, off the glazing stuff. Nah, no issue at all. It's fine.
Yeah, very cool.
It's shit every day.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eyes on these guys, I think.
Yeah, they have got a new one out. I'm going to have a look at that.
Yeah, but you need to skip a version each time, don't you? To
get exactly.
Change. Because I've seen the Saurin 2, I think.
Yeah, they're still making the coils as well, which is great. There's not a lot of material in them either, but they work.
Yeah, very cool. What's do you know the actual battery life?
I think it's 1,000. I think
it's because that's really one really clever aspect of the design. All this is battery, basically.
Yeah, it's all battery. Yeah. It's just a LiPo.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Super impressed. I can see why everyone is loving them in the group, etc. Next news thing, John.
Next news thing. It's really, by the way, it's vape-wise just miserable shit. I kind of chucked one in that wasn't spammed. This is the bit that's because I thought I'd break it off a bit. Healthline.com. Serious, guys. Okay, get ready. Been vaping probably a long more time. Vaping headaches. What you need to know.
Yeah.
I thought. The safety and long-term health effects of using e-cigarettes or other vaping products still aren't well known. In September 2019, federal and state health authorities began investigating an outbreak of severe lung disease that was fucking vitamin E acetate and nothing at all to do with vaping. We're closely monitoring the situation. Many people report headaches after vaping. While research on the long-term health effects of vaping, many side effects of vaping are well known. Right? Headaches are among those side effects and are a frequent concern for those who vape. Never. I haven't got any more than I had before.
There can be if you allow yourself to get dehydrated.
Oh, okay. That could be it. What is a vaping headache? Get a pen and paper ready. The headaches are generally mild to moderate, with many people reporting pain that lasts for several hours after vaping. Not everyone will experience a headache after vaping, but they're very common. Especially among people who are new to vaping or are already prone to headaches.
Yeah.
How are they filtering them out then?
Yeah, no, the people that are prone to headaches will get headaches.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
They've gone again. What do vaping headaches feel like? Most people experience it, have a dull pain. The
In
symptoms
their head.
can vary. This is the good bit that you're gonna get suspicious of, okay? Don't get all pyro on me.
As long as they don't recommend Calpol.
In some cases, a headache is the only unpleasant side effect you'll experience after vaping. But in others, you might have other side effects along with it. These can include dry mouth.
Yep, dehydration.
Oh yeah, just put these with dehydration and over nicking, right? Dry mouth, increased anxiety, insomnia. If you've just taken a stimulant, yeah, that can happen. Cough, throat irritation, lightheadedness, put it down. Shortness of breath, put it down.
Did they just get 3 guys in the office 3 geek bars?
I think they went into like a kindergarten and they went,
now try and go to sleep. I can't, I'm wired.
can we just have 3 kids? We just want a girl, one a boy, one and a brown one. And just for like 20 minutes. What's your favourite flavour?
How long have you been vaping it? 20 minutes, can't stop coughing. Any side effects? Really dry mouth. Hamstring?
Really?
No.
It's really dry. Jeff's fainted.
Nick's gone really white.
Something I've advised, because we've been doing this for like 10 years now. I've told people before, like one of my favourite jokes to do is somebody would go, a lot of people have been telling me that you can't overuse your vapor. I'm a bit worried about that. Yeah, okay. You've had a head rush from smoking a cigarette. Yeah. Did you fancy another one? Straight away. No. Very similar to that.
Yes.
Right. If you feel lightheaded and like you're going to throw up, stop.
I remember. I think I was smoking Marlboro Lights, and I think my friend's mum gave me a silk cut, and I think it must have been way stronger. I remember getting really bad head rush.
Not from a silk cut, not unless you covered all the air holes.
Oh, I don't know what she was on. Maybe MC1 or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
But it was way stronger than the one I was on.
What were you smoking in you in her bedroom, laying on the bed?
We were stood outside the bank.
And she went, have one of these, Richard. All around your lips are in there.
Yeah, I can't remember how that came about. It was just after she'd asked for a large number 2 at McDonald's.
What is that?
She was a bit of a character. They used to name the extra value meals, didn't they?
I think you always just went...
number 1 was Big Mac. Number 2 was quarter pounder. So she went to the counter and said, "Can I have a large number 2?"
I've never ever seen anyone in the UK do that. I do that when it's not your first language.
Wasn't really her. McDonald's really wasn't her scene. Actually, it's the same lady. We went into a really fancy farm shop, and she asked for a geese.
A geese?
Yeah, and they said a goose, and she went, "All right, 2 gooses."
Did you?
Really did do that. Yeah.
I kind of like that. That's a better joke than you could ever hope for, as well.
Same woman, large number 2.
Were you present for the geese?
Both, yeah.
You didn't laugh at the geese. I would have died.
Amazing.
I would have died at the geese. Yeah. I love stuff like that. When something like that happens in real life, you just go, oh, like the back of your brain is going.
As a child, taking notes, processing it, and looking back, the butcher guy. The farm guy, he walked away. He just walked off at that point. Yeah,
that's amazing. Just really, that's just such a perfectly written joke as well. Like, you could give that to so many characters in something. You're right, can I have a geese? Do you want a goose? You mean goose? Okay, I'll have 2 goose. Yeah. That's 2, yeah. That's amazing.
It's really good. On this thing, it's a tricky one again because it's like there's no weight of intellect behind it at all.
No, it's just so stupid.
But it's all true, and they just come at it from the wrong way in a way. I mean, you can make yourself poorly with a vape, but that's sort of completely irrelevant. It's not really like a real world use case scenario.
With like anything,
if you only vape and don't drink, you'll get a dry mouth.
Yeah, it's like going. Could you imagine going into a doctor and going, "I got a really weird thing. I think I'm allergic to oranges." Oh fuck! What happened? I've got like a bloated stomach, and I'm like, my heart's like really, it actually hurts. Whoa! How many oranges do you have? When? This morning? I had 9, and then I rest, and then I just ate another 7. Yeah. What the fuck did you eat 16 oranges?
It's like the real world equivalent of when the scientists started burning C4s and then checking what was coming off the burning C4s. It's like, yeah, you can misuse a vape, and have all this bad stuff, but you can eat a toilet roll holder.
Do you remember the giveaway in the fuck up as well with when Harvard did that, which is still rolled out, was the fuck up where it came from was the heavy metals, because the heavy metal mix was solder, which they'd never even thought of. They went, do you know what's in that liquid? No, lead. How the fuck is there lead in it? Lead. You think that's bad? And you went, it was pretty bad. And they went, nickel. How the fuck is there lead and nickel in this? Yeah, we put it on air for an hour attached to a Hoover.
Yeah.
Think what happened? Yeah, solder.
Yeah. So if anyone is experiencing these problems, you're either vaping too much or not drinking enough.
Oh yeah. But you kind of, and that was the learning experience when you first started vaping. That did happen. You were kind of like, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Yeah. Oh, I just think it's so. I personally think cancer is worse than a dry mouth, but call me picky. Yes, no more fucking stupid shit. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, pointed out in chat by Nick. There is actual medical. It says in the top corner of the article, medically reviewed
by written by S. Bayring and Dina Carilla, MD. Let's hit what she. I always think it's always worth it because they've done that. Brilliant. This is perfect because you can hit. It's a hyperlink, so you can hit what she is. So she must be a pulmonary specialist because that's who. If it's about lungs, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah. She's a neurologist. Yeah. This happened all the time through the pandemic. Our local MP said, I just want to thank all my colleagues because we've been working really, really hard throughout this. He's an NHS consultant. They've been working really, really hard through the pandemic as a Conservative MP and as a member of staff at an NHS hospital. Yeah, you're a psychiatrist. Fuck has it got to do with you?
Yeah.
What? I think I've got COVID-19, but you haven't. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So yeah, mad. But I would love if I had the time to take these, like literally tweet her and go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But
she won't care because she's got
in the day. She's got a paycheck.
She's got a 50p. She doesn't give a shit. How many people don't even know what it means? That is just a doctorate. It's fine. She could have an MD in bridges. It doesn't count.
True.
But a lot of people said that about another local MP during the pandemic. They said all the way through the pandemic, she did nothing. She's a doctor, but she was in the Commons. That's because she's a doctor of chemistry. She's not a doctor. Yeah. You fucking moron.
If there's an oil spill, call her.
No, she's fucking massive. She'll take ages to get there.
She could get a car. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at some new stuff. Actual new vape stuff. As always, we now cherry pick this section rather than just blanket anything that's been released. We only show things that catch our eye. Have you seen the mini beeper, John?
Mini beeper? No. So, you've made Michael Shilto cry. So sorry, he's in chat crying. He says I'm literally crying.
Apologies. Yes.
So what the fuck is
mini
that?
Beeper. So this is, I don't know if people remember far enough back to when modders started putting DNA boards in retro stuff like Super Nintendo joypads.
So is that
And
supposed
Game
to look?
Boys and
That's
things like
supposed to
that.
look like a game, isn't it?
No, a beeper, a pager.
Oh, it doesn't look like that at all. It looks like one of the games. That looks nothing like a pager.
It's supposed to look like an AIO stuck in a retro pager. I think that's my understanding.
I had a pager in 1996 because I was really cool, and me and my friends used to be like, "What's up, mate? You coming down the park?" And we used to page each other. You had to actually ring a number and do that.
I had a pager.
Did you really?
About 2000, I think.
Because you were for work or because you're cool?
No, because I was a really cool kid at school. By then, they'd evolved to the point that they had like sporting headlines on. So you.
Oh, mine weren't quite that good.
It'd say like, so Kevin Keegan sacked by Newcastle or something like that.
I honestly do remember going down meeting my friends down the park or down the pier and be like, "Yeah, you paged. What's up?"
Yep, very cool.
That doesn't look like a pager though. They should have called it like the game. It looks like a shit game.
Oh, I've got another picture here. On the back of it, they've gone for the whole pager thing that's clippable to your belt and all that.
Mick Blizzard has got a diss for you. But you cherry pick and you chose that.
I think this is a very interesting device, actually.
I think it's intriguing.
It's
yes.
by Whiz Vapor, and it's clippable to your belt.
The back of it looks like a pager. The back of it does.
There's a lot of styles available, and yeah, they're trying. It's at the end of the day, it's an AIO, isn't it? It's let's see if I can.
It is naff, isn't it?
I think it'll appeal to. I mean, it was naff when we put a DNA 20 in a Game Boy.
No, I like the NES controllers and stuff. I like that. Because it was what it was. I like that was modding. That was good. I like that.
So there's all these. Again, I'll have to wait for it to compose itself. So there's all these sort of funky retro designs.
No, I just cannot. Just call them up, take them all back, forget it.
That one does look like a bit like a beeper, like a pager, doesn't it?
More than that one does. Purple and green, which is that would never have happened.
That's because of your high cynicism level. Because what they've done is they've put retro colours on a retro device.
Yeah, but that's not right.
But that's not actually historically accurate.
No.
But do you see how they're feeding the two?
Yeah, but they just didn't do that. I mean, my pager had two. One was clear, and I had a green one before that, but not. Yeah, no.
Well, that's the.
If I was dancing at the disco and then, and I'd be like,
I like
what's
the
going
idea
on?
of it beeping to tell you to vape. If you don't vape it for 20 minutes, it goes beep beep beep. You go, oh yeah.
And then it goes vape and do a trick.
No, in my luck, pick it up, we just go mum. Yeah, but yeah.
Even though it is a vape, it would still say mum.
Yeah. So that was a thing. Brand new. Now, while we've had our back turned on Hell Vape, they've produced 2 new Dead Rabbit tanks.
Fuck. I wasn't expecting that while my back was turned.
I know. One of them is interesting from more of a business industry perspective. One of them's interesting because it's an actual thing.
Okay.
So the Dead Rabbit R tank.
Right.
Now, one of the things, can you see it on screen?
I can. The 365-day worry-free coil plan.
Yes, so it comes with a coil plan. One thing I always criticised the mesh rebuildable devices for was that it lost all the RTA rebuildable aspect to it because you were locked into a methodology, you were locked into a thing. You had to have this exact strip of mesh, you had to have this special cotton that wrapped around it, you had to do all this stuff, and if you ran out of the 4 pieces they provided, you were locked into buying their mesh in the same way you were locked into buying a coil head.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So whereas you can get any strand of wire and cotton on a proper RTA, can't you? And that was always my criticism. So what they've done with this is they're not just selling you the tank; they're selling you a year's supply of mesh and.
So is that the all-in, or if you got to subscribe?
It's not a subscription model as such, but you've got to opt in to get the extra stuff.
Right.
So it's going to be dearer than a normal tank. But at least you're not stuck. Sounds like you get 95 pieces.
That is quite a lot in a year.
That would be plenty, yeah. So again, still not a fan. I think what the actual device is doing is I don't know if you remember, I did a video where I wrapped a mesh coil head on the video.
Yes.
In real time, and so they're doing that style of tank, but they're providing an abundance of the things you need to do it. So you're not locked in a way, but you still are kind of.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, it'd have to be. I think it's gonna be a silly price. That's my guess.
It's no. I haven't seen it in the UK, so I'm not sure.
I think most people would think, "Fuck that." As a retailer, you would think, "Fuck."
It's equivalent to getting an RTA, and like they always come with some like Moody Claptons. It's just equivalent to getting that tank, but with a box of 20 Moody Claptons with it.
But you'd have to keep. I assumed you wouldn't get them all at once. Do you think you're going to get the 95 coils?
I would like to hope so, because I don't want to get locked into some sort of Netflix-esque subscription model.
Well, I imagine they were just going to send them to you.
Well, they could have. They'd all fit in a tiny bag.
Here you go. Have another one.
Yeah, you have to show a picture of your dirty wick to
How's
receive your next one.
How's it going? Text us.
Not good, it's all dirty. Can I have another one, please?
Yeah. To a maximum of 95.
So
I don't know.
That is a genuinely weird one.
Do they?
If anyone knows anything about the
over time, because I've never had one that I've bothered using. Do they anneal over time? Because I've seen they anneal.
The actual mesh.
Yeah, I assume they kind of go iridescent and then they break down.
The mesh. The issue with the mesh is you can't dry burn it. You can't take the wick out. You can't take your old wick out and then dry burn that mesh to recover it. You can give it a little pulse when you're building it to make sure that there's nothing on it.
But wet.
Just a really little pulse as opposed to like a big warm.
Right. But only when it's brand new.
But when it's used, been used, you take the wick out. If you try to heat that up, then it'd get awful. It just go really nasty. So after a couple of re-wicks, you just have to replace the mesh.
It's a mad system.
Because it doesn't burn off. It's thin, But it does but a strip of mesh lasts longer than a coil.
Isn't it? Don't you find it fucking weird? Like, we started this journey with, like, just some guy saying, order some wire from this toaster manufacturer. And then you need one of these precision screwdrivers, some silica. What the fuck is that? Don't worry about it.
And then steal your wife's cotton buds.
Yeah. Bang! You'll be vaping forever. And we all just went, yeah, seems reasonable. But that seems fucking mental.
Yeah. On a more... I don't know. No one seems to know. But if anyone does know anything about that whole 365 deal with the Dead Rabbit R tank, let us know in chat or in the group this week.
That's so weird.
The more normal tank they have also released is the Dead Rabbit Solo RTA. Basically a single coil Dead Rabbit tank.
Okay.
Very big, very cloudy, all that sort of stuff. Got a picture of the deck. Basically you just stick a big coil in the middle. It's got the airflow underneath. It's designed for one coil as opposed to two. Fairly standard. If you I mean, you stick a big.
Isn't it funny that they kind of?
In there and happy
don't like colour tanks, but the black one with the Dead Rabbit logo on it looks lovely, and then but it scratched in looks shite. Doesn't work at all.
I don't think anyone cares. I don't know if anyone cares on this type of tank. I don't know if anyone cares what it looks like.
Would you go postless on that?
How long have sub tanks look ridiculous? When's the last time you saw a sub tank that looked just like a nice little old school RTA?
When's the last time you saw a postless anything? Most people haven't got the skill to build that. Like everybody
always come with a tool now that So you
everybody
can
in
cut
the
legs
chat
the exact length.
could smash this, but they don't fucking do shit.
Yeah,
Back in my day,
I
we
bet
did
it's
it with.
fine.
Oh,
You know, I bet it's fine.
we missed this earlier, and it is worth the comment. When we were talking about the pages, Scotty Bogfoot put, "I want a vaping talk boy," as in, do you remember the Home Alone dictaphone?
That exists.
What? Yeah, the vaping version.
I've seen one.
Oh fuck, that would be amazing. Now I want one, Scotty. We'll get one each.
It might have been at Vape Expo.
Oh,
Some guy had a couple.
it's still my beating heart. I'd like to go on that.
Think of what you could do in that size, because they were huge, those talk boys.
Yeah.
Because you used to have to hold them in like a clenched fist.
I was thinking of an adapted Darwin mod. Do you remember the first Darwin? Yeah, Darwin, not Darwin. Who makes the fucking board?
It was
DNA.
Darwin, wasn't it?
It was Darwin.
They were.
Yeah.
That's what they originally called them.
Darwin. Apex Predator says it comes with 95 mesh and 95 cotton in the box.
There you go.
There we go.
And it's 40 quid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I take it back.
So for a tenner, you get in a year's worth. That's not too bad.
I can't take it back. I can't take it back.
Compared to if you buy those sort of tanks a year ago, and it would have £5 for 5 more mesh, 5 more cotton. You know,
yeah, it was £2.50 for the postage. So
I think it's okay.
If that's your thing, knock yourself out. I haven't got a problem with that.
Yeah. The solo Dead Rabbit. If you are happy to push a single coil to that many watts, it'll be a solid tank. Do you remember the Watofo Gear RTA?
The solo? What?
No, the Watofo Gear RTA.
I do not. Was that the? That was the.
It was very short, and it had like a spinning deck, and you had to sort of screw in the base while it was still spinning. And
I remember seeing it.
And,
sorry, I was laughing because firstly, you said, "Do you remember?" And I remembered the lyrics to a song, which made me laugh. And I saw Mick Blizzard say that would be like changing the cotton every 3.8 days, and it made me laugh that he'd done the maths. And I was.
He's right. It's unnecessary. So it's probably a year and a half supply for a tenner. So the Gear RT8, does it ring any bells? It got a lot of praise in all circles of vaping. Really, very flavoursome, cloudy tank because they shrunk it down compared to all the other RTAs that came out at the time. But it was a bit of a pain in the bum to build. They've done a new one after years. It's been years since the Gear, but they've done a Gear V2 RTA.
I'm waiting for it.
Visually, the main change seems to be they've decided to corrugate the outer of the tank. Which must be purely for a visual difference thing.
As you would.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. Got it now. Yeah.
So that's weird. Although I don't hate it. It's weird.
Is it an RTA? Then?
Yeah. And I don't have a deck.
So why was it?
There aren't any deck pictures available yet.
Oh, fuck's sake!
But it should be the same.
Oh,
deck,
Bob
really.
Clark's still using a Gear.
Yeah, they were really flavoursome because you had a huge deck, a huge base, but in a short tank. So you were really close. It was at the time everyone was sort of saying this is the first tank that's RDA flavour. You know, that was the thing. You know, 40, 50, 60 plus watt people suddenly had a tank.
Fucking hell, that'd be hot. 60 watt with that. Fuck off. No one's doing that.
Yeah, it's because if you look, it's got very large airflow. That's dual sided.
You take your lips off, son. Don't do that.
It did get very hot. That was one drawback. In fact, I think they released some different tops for it, plastic or something. So I don't actually know what they've improved here. I don't know what they've fixed. I hope they fixed how easy it is to put back together, because that was the big issue with the original Gear.
Horse says it's a step backwards. No adjustable airflow.
Do you know what though? The no adjustable airflow will run and run because it's always been very divisive. Like, do you remember Scott Bonner's take on direct to lung airflow?
It is what. Yeah, I'm with it.
It is. Your mouth is your
I'm
mouth,
with
your
it.
lungs are your lung. Direct to lung is direct to lung.
Yeah, and not only that, I back in the day when I was MTL tanks and stuff, I would much prefer to never fuck with it ever again. When am I gonna? You know, when they're gonna go, oh, you can change the AFC to fancy your mood. When the fuck is that gonna happen? I don't care.
The only thing you can do with direct along is make it so obscenely direct along that it's just like breathing.
Yeah,
But you've got to go really big to do that. So as long as it's direct along, he's direct along. So I appreciate
that was actually quite a good Scott Boniface that he did there.
Yeah. I think his exact words were, if it's direct along, it's direct along. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I do agree.
was his exact phrasing. So again, I might try and get hold of some pictures of the deck, but I can't find any. I couldn't find any.
Oh, I do. I remember back to I remember tanks back in the day that I loved. That was it. It was like the K-Fun was the K-Fun, wasn't it?
K-Fun Night 2021 has non-adjustable airflow. It's my favourite tank.
It is what it is. That is exactly what it is. Because they've gone, that's how you should vape it. Suck it. Either don't or do.
Yeah. But I get it, but it's tricky. So that's the Gear V2. I'll try and find out more about that, but I don't know. I'm assuming...
No diss there, Mark, because if you go up and down the scales, everyone's different.
Yeah,
so, crack on.
I completely appreciate his point in terms of with Goon, you've got 3-hole options. And I'm constantly flip-flopping between.
I never adjust shit. It's done. Once I've set it, for me, I'm done. This is direct along and it's done. I snapped the AFC on Surin mod about 2 months ago. It doesn't make any difference to me. It's set. I'm never going to touch it.
Also new is the Damn Vape, a temporal RTA, sorry. So this is bottom.
I saw it snuck up and then disappeared again.
It'll be back on in a sec. It's a new sort of cloudy RTA. The big thing with it is it comes with 3 tanks. So a short, quite handsome tank, which is 2 mil capacity. A long straight tank, which is 5 mil, and then a bubble tank, which is 6.5. And it has a spring-loaded clamp-style deck.
As with everything, the bubble version is so awful.
Yeah. For 1.5 extra capacity as well.
It's just not worth it. It's just not worth that. I think that... Well, I don't know what you can call it. It's not an Erling. That is fuck ugly. The top cap is awful. I couldn't cope with it. But
yeah, it's these cloudy people though. It's these cloudy vapors.
Horses for course.
Those guys. Again, I didn't a picture of the deck. I wasn't impressed by it, or it didn't come up. But essentially, this is a new RTA. It's really cloudy clamp deck thing. You're gonna have to get the extra tank thing, unless they just cheat. A lot of companies are just cheating now. I don't know if you know that, John. So you go on a website, and if you're in the UK, and it'll say RTA 2 mil capacity. When you actually receive it, it's got the 2 and the 6.
There's no policing of it at all. So
it's more about what you say on the website than what you actually deliver.
That's exactly how we all predicted it. I agree. So, like as I said, I'm not going to diss anybody anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like when the TPDR came in, we predicted how it'd be policed, but so many good companies made some very, very ridiculous errors.
I know that Mark Todd is close to Damn Vape. Maybe he is going to review this RTA. He hasn't yet.
Mike Vapes has reviewed it, says Mark Hawes.
There you go. So we'll see what he said. See what Mike says. Damn Vape they've done alright in recent times, so maybe it'll be an alright RTA. The clamp thing, the spring-load clamp thing, is good, generally speaking. You know, basically the hole's waiting for you, as opposed to you have to lift the... There was a very small window of time where you had to lift the hole to get the coil in. And since then, they fixed that.
I had a girlfriend like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the thing. That's an actual thing. So there's some new stuff. Some new stuff that's happened. What else we got in the news, George?
Oh yeah, back to the
Australia.
news. Back to the news. Oh, that's quite. That's good. I think that's where we're gonna. That'll be enough of the news after that news. But yes, Australia. And that wasn't all bad news. That's
I want
fine.
to Lou while you're doing Australia.
It'll take me a while to do that, mate.
Well, it'll take me a while to do this.
Boom.
One.
He's dropping the kids off at the pool. Go.
No, 30 seconds. Go.
Australia urged to pass similar vape laws as New Zealand. Why the fuck am I fixing their grammar? Just say 2. As New Zealand's smoking rates are successfully dropping, the Australian government is being urged to adopt a similar tobacco harm reduction strategy in place of the current harsh ban on alternative nicotine products. In 2020, Australia's Federal Health Minister Greg Hunt, that's Hunt, not cunt, had announced the new measure banning the importation of vape liquid containing nicotine. A few months later, the Therapeutic Goods Administration announced their final decision on the measure. The importation of nicotine, e-cigarettes, and liquid nicotine for vaping will require a doctor's prescription. On the other hand, New Zealand's recently implemented a Smoke-Free Environments and Regulated Products Amendment Act, which allows New Zealand general retailers, including service stations, supermarkets, and convenience stores, to sell flavoured vaping products in only 3 flavours. It's not great. Menthol, mint, and tobacco. While specialised retailers can sell the whole lot. Australia's public health expert and tobacco harm reduction advocate, Dr. Colin Mandelson, says while not perfect, New Zealand's regulations are a good start on Australia really should follow suit. I think it's too soon to judge whether it's caused a problem because it only really came in recently, but it is a fucking stupid thing. I mean, could you imagine watching the smoking rate go up? You would just be like, what the fuck have we done?
I think, yeah. But what's quite nice is that at least they have acknowledged it.
It's such a weird thing for such a small population. Any Australians watching, we love you. For a huge country,
Has the
such
New
a small
Zealand one
population.
shown good results then?
Yeah, because they banned it initially and then they brought it back.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have the same rules anyway because they're so geographically close.
I just think it's so sad that by the time you know you fucked it, time has gone and it's so stupid.
It's annoying because they do usually copy off us.
You don't need a prescription to go buy a pack of fags, which is it's a crazy
A
idea.
lot of their laws are copied off us though.
They love it. They're just like that. They copied their neighbours as well, didn't they? It's all Coronation Street, and they were like that. But
In our era,
Australian.
all of the people in Neighbours were British.
They weren't.
Carl Kennedy, he's British.
Right. Is he?
Yeah, and his wife. And that one that died on an horse.
I think you're just making up stuff now.
No, honest, check it out. They should just send them over there.
Anyway, because that news was quite short, I'm going to have to just give you, because there was something we've missed which has never come up again.
You're on about Javid.
Javid.
Health Secretary urged to clarify plans for smokers to get vapes on the NHS.
Well, they said they released last year that they were going to give a contract to a vaping company that you could obtain a vaping kit on a prescription, and we've just never heard anything again.
Is it
Every
because
time
they don't
when
want
the
people
going
to go
gets
to the
tough,
GPs?
Javid just disappears. But then, like, what concerns me?
But presumably it wasn't his idea.
It was though.
Was it? Because he came in after Hand Willie, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But it was his idea. Javid's got this really, well, not the whole system's really weird. I don't know if you know, but it's announced today.
But do they want to be announcing something that's going to get normal people down the GPs?
Well,
right now.
Yeah, because they've already announced something today, which is they decided that women can buy HRT, hormone replacement therapists, for those men in the chat who don't know, they can buy HRT over the counter, which women don't want. they've claimed that it's so that women can regulate their own hormone replacement therapy, but they could do that if they just had an appointment and just paid a prescription price. They don't want
a house fan.
Yeah, they don't want to pay. They don't want to go and fucking pay actual retail price, which I totally understand. It's not their fucking fault. Yeah, this seems like a weird thing. Jam announced it and then did nothing. And what are the
easy going to do it about it? Just because someone's urged them to do it.
Well, Birmingham-based eliquids.com has said to him, what? Give us the guidelines. Because otherwise it's not fair. I do agree it's not fair. If they went with, like, say Jab had announced tomorrow.
It might be cronyism.
It's Vape, right? You'd be like, whoa, you didn't tell us what the fucking... You can't vie for a contract if we don't know what the rules are.
It might be cronyism. Might all be going through. He's just not saying it.
Yeah, well, I've always felt it was going to be Vipe, and if it's Vipe and nobody else knows, then this is the proof that nobody else knows, and that isn't very fair. Mick Blizzard says, "What happened to exploding batteries? The tabloids get bored with it."
It's funny, isn't it? Because I thought that was their best chance.
Yeah, I think they couldn't get enough batteries. They couldn't contain it to just vaping.
Yeah, there were too many dog attacks. There isn't quite enough dog attacks of children. So they could store them up and have a little wave of dog attacks, but they couldn't sustain it over a 12-month period to ban or tax all dogs.
Yeah, I think it's an indictment on the government's health. Like, if you're trying to save millions of people from dying of cancer, I mean, the chance of you dying of a smoking-related illness as a smoker is basically 1 in 2. That's quite a terrifying figure. Nick Smith has said in chat when we were talking about the Australia thing, above everything else, what a waste of doctors' time. But I can't agree with you more. It is.
Yeah, but that's my worry with this vape on the NHS thing.
We can just do it over the phone.
No,
here's a John and Ori.
The receptionist can just go, "Oh, I want to come to see a doctor about getting a vape."
Here's a
prescription, and the receptionist can just go to a fucking vape shop.
I'm going to do a John and Ori story for you. Bang! It's popular. Right, I needed a painkiller for my sciatica. It's already been fucking given, but you ring the doctor and it says, in the hold bit, it says, "Please press 1. Please press 2." You press 1. Reception. It says, "If you're ringing for a repeat prescription, please understand that you cannot obtain a repeat prescription over the phone." Understood. Hello, it's Suffolk. It's Suffolk GP. How can I help? Hi there. I know I can't get a repeat prescription over the phone, but how can I get one? Just write it down. What? Write it down on a bit of paper. Where shall I put the paper? Just pop it through the door. I can't walk. I mean, you could email it if you want. I'll probably do that. What's the email address? Blah, 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 blah. Got it. Type the email. Give me more medication. I need more drugs. Send. No reply. Ring back. Hello. It's the next day. I asked for more drugs yesterday. Okay, let me just put you through dispensary. Thank you. Okay, it's me at the dispensary. Hello. Yesterday I asked for more drugs, but I didn't. I did it via email, not on the phone. Well, that's good. It's gone. Okay, what's happened with it? It's gone through. Do you see the irony in me not asking for a prescription over the phone? What are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
What a total mental. Don't bring up and ask for medication. Okay, what are we doing? Send an email. Done. How will I know it's gone through? Give us a ring. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's bullshit. But that's the problem with the NHS.
My wife did say that as an NHSer. She said, no bit talks to the other bit. It's nothing to do. It doesn't matter what you do.
What are you watching on telly?
This evening, we've had a failure of a week. We've started watching the fourth season of Sinner this evening.
Oh, yeah, we just started.
I tell you what, this is the last 5 minutes. We're going to have to hold now. Talk to them about you're watching. I'll be back.
Right, okay. What I've been watching on TV is Close to Me. Channel 4, all 4 on demand. 4OD. I don't know what they call it these days. But it was called Close to Me, and it had Eccleston in and some lass that I recognised. Basically, what happens is this woman falls down the stairs, or does she fall? I don't know. But she ends up at the bottom of the stairs, bangs her head really bad, and wakes up in hospital, and she's lost 12 months memory of her previous 12 months of her life, and she's had a very eventful 12 months. And over the course of 6 episodes, you sort of just get your pieces and pieces of this life unraveling, and it catches up. It's a bit of a whodunit, and there's a bit of a, what's been going on here type of thing. I was just explaining. I've been watching Close to Me on all 4.
It's a classic.
Have you
Close.
watched
Oh
it?
no, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
you should check it out. Yeah, it's up your street.
We've been
It's a
watching.
funny one. It's a funny one. It's interesting.
We have watched. Oh, what's the
How much
bomb?
of the new Sinner have you watched?
Only one episode.
Yeah, we've only watched one. It's got a real edge to it though. This series, don't you think?
Yeah,
It's
there
like
was
a spiky.
Yeah, I agree. We've been watching. But what's the bomb disposal one with Kate?
Trigger Point.
Trigger Point. We watched the first 2 of those.
Well, it must be great if you've reached out and got Sinner season 4 on then. Oh, have you got to wait for some more?
You got to wait. And then we've tried to watch. This is why it's not big because that wasn't very good. There was a really badly written second episode of that. I don't know if you've seen it. Of Trigger Point.
I haven't seen Trigger Point.
Okay. So anyway, it doesn't matter. The second episode is really clumsily written, and it's very like somebody kind of forgot that it's not 1996 anymore, and they wrote this episode, and I just thought it's badly scripted. The scene, the scene,
the 90s tracing the call thing.
No, it's not a police procedural.
Did we get him?
They did they did this thing in a pub, and I can't do it because it's a spoiler. Right?
You should read Peter Huxley's tweets. He tweets furiously while watching it.
Oh, okay.
You should go back and read all his tweets.
And the other thing we've watched 2 or 3 episodes of is Martin Freeman's The Responder, which is where Martin Freeman tries to pretend he's a Scouser, and it doesn't really work because it's quite weird because he can do like a fucking American fucking,
His research material was Harry Enfield.
It's kind of shit. Now, who's the guy who's in Line of Duty? Who's a baddie goodie?
Oh yeah,
anti-hero. Oh, anyway, he plays him, like the actor, not the character.
Yeah.
Although they obviously couldn't get him, so they got Martin Freeman, and I think Martin Freeman is executive producer as well. Yeah, it's really badly scripted. My wife is out like on the finger on the button. I'm gonna fucking end it. What's anybody else watching?
Yeah, what are you guys watching? We've been told to watch.
Oh, I can do a joke. Trigger Point. They're talking about there. They just said. All it reminds me of, because it doesn't matter because there's got no spoilers in this, because it's a bomb disposal unit. When I was watching the first episode, all I could remember was a Billy Connolly stand-up joke where he says, where he's talking about a suicide bomber instructor, and he goes, "Right, everybody, gather round. I'm only going to show you this once." That's a good joke. I'm going to walk over there and hit the button, you're going to hear like a big boom and a whoosh and a load of what looks like flying mints. And that's me off on my way to see the 40 Virgins. And that's all I could think about during the first episode. What is everybody else watching?
We've been told to watch Peacemaker.
I've heard of that.
I haven't heard of it.
Peacemaker. If it's like it's sci-fi, I won't be watching it, but I pretend I will.
So very hopeful about Sinner season 4. It's got a really good vibe to the
I
series.
quite liked it. No, it doesn't look like my kind of thing. Superhero.
Because Sinner has plateaued quite badly in certain episodes, in certain points in previous series.
Yeah, agreed. There was flashbacks in the first season. There was a weird bit, a bit of a love scene in the new season, and I said, "Oh, that's because he's into S&M." And my wife went, "How do you know that?" Like I'd been checking. Whoa, no, he had a dom. He had a dominatrix that he was seeing on the side. Yeah. That was the whole bit. And she went, "Oh yeah," gave me a look. The fuck.
Yeah, I said that to Sarah. I said he gets his bits from M&S, which is like it's code for that.
And we've watched the end of the Afterlife.
Yeah.
So I liked all the way through. I didn't like the last
That's
episode.
Interesting.
I didn't like the last episode.
Yeah, you're not a sentimental person.
I'm a very sentimental person, and I just thought it was a bit. Last episode, I thought she just tried harder. Oh, Stuart Drummond, it's from Suicide Squad, DC Comics, piss take kind of thing, same humour as the Guardians of the Galaxy by James Gunn. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what everyone's
To be fair, he did say me, not you. He said I should watch it, not you.
Oh, yeah, definitely not me. That's why. Yeah, I don't know. I was reading it going, no, I don't fancy that. I've never seen Suicide Squad. Don't know what it's about, but it didn't look like it was for me. Do you think that as well? I make lots of jokes on this and on the group and stuff. And I think, when I go, that shit. The thing that I think a lot of people lose is that it isn't made for me. It's fine. It's just a joke.
A Pamela Anderson drama is made for you?
Definitely not.
Pam and Tommy, that's out now apparently on Disney.
She's not in it.
Well, no, it's about her. That it's a dramatization of her.
Yeah, the abusive relationship with Tommy. Yeah, it's meant to be brilliantly well done.
It's had very mixed reviews.
They've been very kind to her with the actress.
Right. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not sure.
I'm agreeing. Mick has just said in chat.
Let's watch The Outpost.
Oh,
on Prime.
What's that? That could be good.
Based on a true story.
So I'm assuming it's going to be we're back in the cold world.
Nick's going to go back and rewatch Mad Men. That is one of the few programs we quit.
What? Well, you quit?
We quit watching it. Yeah, Mad Men. We only managed about 4 or 5.
It's not really. Well, Mrs. John she wouldn't watch 10 seconds of it, I think. See, I kind of remember that era because my dad was in upper management.
Quite jarring to watch now, though.
Yeah, my dad was in upper management in the 80s, and he was one of those people who had a perspective on it, though, had realised it was messed up.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking weird.
As a vapor, it's got an additional layer of interest, though.
What's that?
Because it's tobacco marketing, isn't it?
Oh, okay,
yeah. Tobacco marketers.
But I remember going in to see my dad. Well, I had to go. If we were going through London, I'd go and see my dad at St James's Park, and you'd go into the reception, and there was this big marble reception with like 50 clocks for no reason. Like, this is the time in Paris, and all this shit.
Time in Swansea.
And I'd go, "Oh, hello, we're just here to see Mr. Martin." And my dad, and then it'd go, "Okay, hold," and they'd just go, "Yeah, it's your son, yeah." And I'd hang up and then I'd go and see my dad upstairs. Because it's really weirdly normal to go and do that.
Yeah.
And then go in the lift and go, and hit all the buttons because I'm still a kid.
Oh, I'll tell you another thing I watched on Netflix. I don't know the actual name of it.
I like the look of The Outpost. I'm up for that.
Real UFO Encounters, I think it was called. on Netflix, which I don't really buy into all that stuff, but I find it quite entertaining from a purely entertainment standpoint. But
They can handle it from there.
these
I knew you were. I wasn't like I was going.
but
I know
these
Richard's going to be up for it.
but they never quite get it right with these sort of documentary type things. Like, it's just so abundantly obvious that they haven't got anything new to show you. You know, they haven't sort of hit the point. Like, the whole drama of this particular documentary was, what are the government holding back? That was the premise. You know, what do they know that they aren't willing to share, sort of thing.
Not what you think, though. That's always been the issue. It's not what you think. You can't. When it comes to weapons development, you're just never going to find that out. Where you need to, I've always felt that where it's about maths, it's really simple, and it's about maths.
There are. The other problem is the UFO. People instantly go aliens. There are unidentified flying objects. It's just that they're human-made things that they don't want to identify because they know what they are.
But if you went for maths and we just said, is it an alien spaceship that's landed and done whatever and then taken off, right? If you actually look at it, you're not talking like, I remember having a discussion with somebody once, and I said, what do you think it is? It's like one in what? One in a million, 1 in 100, 1 in 20. And they were, I'm not stupid, like 1 in 5 million. I was saying, not even close. Hubble can see 36 billion light years. So moving the speed of light, it was like 36 billion years to get it. Right. Do you think we might spot them on the way? Or if they don't travel like that? I agree, but you need to be serious. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's improbable.
Yeah, I think I saw a really good lecture, and the premise of the lecture, the basic premise of the lecture was that if there is other intelligent life out there, which is statistically probable,
Agreed.
they are most likely to be as advanced as us due to the correlation of universes in relation to the Big Bang, distance, time. The likeliness is they're as confused as us about the potential.
Yeah, they're likely to be 200 billion light years away. It doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Anyway, on that bombshell, we've sorted out aliens.
Stuart Drummond liked Money Heist.
Yeah, and Ali Keegan has said dogs behaving really, really badly.
Sounds like more of a YouTube thing.
Yeah, it does. It does. Or like, what's it called? Super Nanny. No.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I can actually watch those kind of things.
Yeah.
Where they get a behavioural person.
I'd just be like, oh, yeah, we just let our dog do that. It's easy.
Because they just go, all they want to say is you're just a bad parent.
Right.
Yep. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Week. We'll have a guest. I'll get one. See you then. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye. And we're off.